it's to the point where like when anything happens now, you're like, ooh, how does this affect maybe the way that things might go?
Pete, you asked a question, and we can do a couple minutes on it. Do the Oilers need to win this series to keep Connor McDavid? If you are unaware, Connor McDavid is a free agent at the end of next season. On July 1, he is eligible to sign an extension. Leon Draisaitl was in a similar position last year, and much of the season when the team was struggling was spent asking, will Leon Draisaitl stay? We learned that he will. He signed 8 times 14. McDavid, July 1, can sign a similar contract. And throughout the first period of this game, and it's been kind of in the back of my mind, I've been texting around asking people about it. If they lose this series, if they crash and burn a year after almost winning the Cup final and making their entire offseason about we will win this year, if they crash and burn in the first round, given some of the faces we have seen Connor McDavid make, and maybe I'm being an asshole for reading into them, do you at all go back on this mindset that we all had, which is Leon's staying, that means Connor's staying?
I don't think it's like a foregone conclusion that Connor is staying. And if you got a first round exit and like things are kind of completely up in the air, I could see realistically Connor waiting to want to have those discussions.
That's what I was wondering. I was thinking, and I was making the moves in my head, trying to work out trades, signings, etc. Next year, someone asked me about this, and my answer was like, this offseason, it might not be about signing McDavid. This offseason might be about convincing McDavid that you're going to do something here. Mm-hmm. Make him feel better about this roster. And I think that he does not feel confident in the goaltending. How could you? Both goalies, like you finally got a good goaltending performance last night, but even that followed, or that included a really bad goal that he allowed and a classic need to save their moment where none of the Oilers goalies right now will ever make the need a save. And that's a sucky position to be in, but it is what it is. I think we know that if they play the rest of their game, they could still win rounds without it. But man, there have been some moments where he looks so frustrated and so dejected and kind of a little bit of that Belichick Brady against the Saints. I just can't get these guys to play the way I want them to.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I still think the most likely outcome is Connor staying with the Oilers, but it's to the point where when anything happens now, you're like, ooh, how does this affect maybe the way that things might go?
Yeah.
And like for the first time in like maybe forever, I've started in my mind thinking about what it might look like if he doesn't end up staying there, or like if it doesn't trend that way. Like I've had these conversations about like, you know, would he like leave Leon? Would that become sort of like a jilted lovers situation in a storyline in the NHL? And like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I think it's unlikely, but like if you continually run into this wall and don't get over the hump and get this guy to like feel confidence in the way that you're building the team around him, who's to say he has to stay?
If that happens in the Edmonton-Philadelphia Stanley Cup final, I will feel so weird rooting so hard against Connor McDavid because I want to see Connor McDavid win, and I want to see him win a lot. I loved watching Tom Brady win all the time. I like watching LeBron James win. I want to see the best players do the best things. I think he stays, but I'm willing to have the conversation, especially if it gets ugly and they keep crashing and burning. There is somewhere I'll looking for the guy who did this, given that his agent is the one who's making all these moves. So he probably bears some responsibility because I'm sure he has input, but I expect him to stay, but I think that it is a fair question. And if we are going to have the conversation all the time with Leon, we should be respectful and have the conversation with McDavid.
Well, I just think that it's you can kind of feel the stakes. And I obviously understand Oilers fans being like, shut the fuck up. He's not going anywhere. I obviously understand not wanting to have that looming over everything that happens on the ice. But it would be stupid to ignore the stakes of what a first round exit would potentially have in terms of like what that could mean for McDavid and his camp and the way that they approach negotiations or willingness to negotiate this summer. I think it would be stupid to ignore that.
We all silly like the mayor.